MAGA Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik refuses to hold town halls in her New York congressional district, New York's 21st, but she figured that she would just show up to a naming ceremony for a Plattsburgh government building, and she was mercilessly booed by her constituents. She was booed off the stage. The people let her know what they think about her, destroying the district and destroying the country. Watch what went down. Watch her get literally booed off stage. Let's play this clip.
Our Congresswoman from New York 21, Elise Stefanik.
Thank you, Mark, for that kind introduction. It is truly humbling to be here to commemorate and honor the great John Zerlo. You know, I'm going to turn this back to you, Mark. This crowd is not being respectful. John Zerlo is deeply respected. I'm going to turn it back to you.
Let me just show you from another angle with some captions of her getting booed off stage. Let's play this clip. Now, New York's 21st congressional district, which is what Elise Stefanik represents, that includes most of North Country in New York. It includes cities like Plattsburgh. And let me just show you what went down when AOC, Democratic Congresswoman, was there in Plattsburgh recently. Take a look at the reception that AOC got. Play this clip. Here is another clip of AOC. Play it. And take a look at some of the questions that AOC got. Let's play it.
I am 10 years old, and I want to know if you're going to run for president.
Okay, so we got to follow up too.
Now, this is not unique to Elise Stefanik getting booed off stage, but at least some other MAGA Republicans have been doing town halls. Very few of them have been doing town halls, but the ones that do, like MAGA Republican Congressmember Doug LaMalfa from California, MAGA Republican Congressmember Brian Stile from Wisconsin, MAGA Republican Congressmember Mike Flood from Lincoln, Nebraska. They've all held town halls in the past few weeks, and they've gotten mercilessly booed as well. This is from last week. MAGA Republican Congressmember Doug LaMalfa getting booed at his California town hall. Americans are furious. Let's play this clip.
A topic that's been very, very interesting to a lot of people has to do with Medicaid/Medi-Cal here in California. And so the work done in the big bill was to try and focus that. In those reforms, guess what? I like what you hear on the news. I like what you hear from Chuck Schumer and the gang. It doesn't have a single dollar for people who qualify.
Now, I'll show you MAGA Republican Congress member Brian Steele getting dragged out of his town hall. Here, play this clip.
Why are they wearing masks and why are they unidentified?
We'll probably agree to disagree on some of my answer here, but what I view is the moral hazard created by the Biden administration by allowing the U.S.-Mexico border to remain unsecure. And so, it's completely fine that we disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing on the topic. President Biden had a different view than I did on the importance of securing the U.S.-Mexico border. But as millions of illegal immigrants came into the United States and there's a lack of action by the federal government, you're now seeing that action take place with the removal particularly of individuals who are in the country illegally.
I am so disappointed in how you represent us as the citizens of Walworth County. Southeast Wisconsin has not been represented by you. President Trump seems to run Southeast Wisconsin through you. And all I have to ask is I will be out there working hard if you choose to run for any office.
I don't think you're the right fit for us anymore. I just think it's time to go. You just don't relate to most of us anymore, and you got to know when to step down. I think it's time.
Now, let me share with you a sample of MAGA Republican Congress member Mike Flood's town hall in Lincoln, Nebraska. His constituents let him know what they think about him. Play this clip.
It talks about two big changes to the Medicaid program. One of those changes is that if you are able to work and you are able-bodied, you have to work. If you choose not to work, you do not get free health care. You do not get free health care. Okay. So here's a question. Do you think that people who are 28 years old that can work and refuse to work should get free health care? I don't think that a majority of Nebraskans agree with you.
Here's what happened on the question of SNAP cuts. Let's play this clip.
Why did you cut SNAP and healthcare research?
We do not have unlimited money in the United States. In 2019, our country spent $60 billion on SNAP. During COVID, that number went to $100 billion. And for good reason. I mean, during COVID, we had a situation where we had a worldwide pandemic. We had people that couldn't work. There was a need for extra food, supplemental nutrition programs. What we did, this Congress, two things. We returned our spending on SNAP to our pre-pandemic level of 2019 at $60 billion. And we also said to states that have low error rates, and Nebraska has low error rates, that there's going to be incentive for states that do it right, and there's going to be a disincentive for states that have a high error rate.
Let me show you again as a woman annihilates MAGA Republican Mike Flood at the town hall. Let's play it.
My question is, Fiscal, with 450 million FEMA dollars being reallocated to open Alligator Alcatraz and 600 million taxpayer FEMA dollars being used to now open more concentration camps, and ICE burning through $8.4 million a day to illegally detain people. How much does it cost for fascism? How much do the taxpayers have to pay for a fascist country?
He's asked why he's covering up the Epstein files. Let's play this clip.
Why are you covering up the Epstein files?
Let's be very clear. At the next pro forma session of the Congress, you'll find my name as a sponsor on a resolution from the House Rules Committee to release the Epstein files to protect the victims and not re-victimize them again. I support Jamie Comer, who is the House's Oversight Committee chairman, subpoenaing Ms. Maxwell later this month to come testify in Washington. I am for the release of those records.
And he's confronted about all the debt the disastrous budget bill is causing America. Play this clip.
Given your full-throated support of the bill, whatever we call it, and your view of the facts, I'd like to know how you expect to pay back all of this debt that is going to be layered onto our grandchildren because we're not willing to make our rich part of our society pay their fair share.
So what's interesting about that, and I think it's a fair question, two things are happening here. People in here are upset with me that I voted to cut $2 trillion in spending from the budget.
Right now, back to MAGA Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. You'll also recall that she's who Donald Trump nominated to be the ambassador to the United Nations and then pulled the nomination when Trump and MAGA Mike Johnson were terrified they may end up losing the House of Representatives seats just based on MAGA's retiring and leaving their seats. So Trump pulled her nomination. She was always kind of viewed originally when she ran. She's Harvard educated, presented herself to the people of New York and North Country as though she was a moderate, a problem solver, and then she basically sold her soul to Donald Trump and then started going down the most deranged MAGA path and sold out her district. Sold out healthcare, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, jobs, Social Security offices. I mean, she destroyed the lives of her constituents, and they are pissed at what a sellout. They thought they were voting a moderate Republican, and they got a MAGA radical extremist. Here she is again, just getting booed. Let's play this clip.
Our Congresswoman from New York 21, Elise Stefanik.
There was a call for Stefanik to hold a town hall, echoing through the crowd.
Now, you'll also recall that Donald Trump got booed in the last few weeks when there was a WWE event at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey where Trump's image was shown with Triple H, and then Lawrence Taylor, the football player who sexually assaulted an underage girl, Lawrence Taylor did, and he's now the head of Donald Trump's fitness program for young girls. That's who Donald Trump put, someone who sexually assaulted a 16-year-old in charge of the young girl fitness program. Pretty sickos. Here was Trump getting booed at that event. Play this clip. And let's also remember when MAGA Republican Congress member from Georgia, Rich McCormick, got booed. You'll recall this, of course. Play this clip.
We're not in a cult. Not as a party.
Elon was going to be the main topic tonight, and he's going to continue to be the main topic tonight because we are all freaking pissed off about this. You're going to hear it and feel it.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
When you talk about tyranny, when you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected. The funny thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you, who are upset just like you. We're supposed to have great balance and power. We are. You can disagree with me all you want, but I'm just telling you the way it is. And I get that you don't agree with me and you think I'm not telling the truth. Unless they're lying to me, and you can say they are. So who? Okay.
What is the expected outcome of Canadian tariffs?
Most of the tariffs were immediately lifted because they conceded.
It is a voter suppression law that you signed on as a sponsor of, and I want to know why you're scared for me to vote.
I'm definitely not scared of you vote.
Now, going back to Elise Stefanik for a moment, when she was being nominated as the United Nations ambassador, she believed that Israel had a biblical right to wipe out the West Bank and Gaza, that it was God biblical to say, get rid of it and commit atrocities. I mean, that's what she said under oath. Here, play this clip.
But I did ask you whether you subscribe to the views of Finance Minister Smotrich.
Who? I'm sorry,
Smotrich. This is the Israeli Finance Minister Smotrich and the former National Security Minister Ben Gvir, who believe that Israel has a biblical right to the entire West Bank. And in that conversation, you told me that, yes, you shared that view. Is that your view today?
Yes.
And right after January 6th, Elise Stefanik was one of the people who came out, condemned the violence on January 6th, called the day a tragedy. But then Donald Trump told her, nope, you got to say that the January 6th insurrectionists are hostages. And then so she began whatever Donald Trump says, whatever Daddy Trump said for her. That's what she calls him. Her Daddy Trump, whatever her Daddy Trump tells her is what she says. She's got to listen to Daddy Trump. So here she is. Getting commanded to say that the January 6th insurrectionists were actually hostages. Watch what she says. Here, play this clip.
On the issue of election integrity, though, as you know, Trump took his case to court more than 60 times that there was fraud. He didn't win. But I want to get back to this key question. Do you still think it was a tragic day? Do you think that the people who stormed the Capitol should be held responsible to the full extent of the law?
I have concerns about the treatment of January 6 hostages. I have concerns. We have a role in Congress of oversight over our treatments of prisoners. And I believe that we're seeing the weaponization of the federal government against not just President Trump, but we're seeing it against conservatives. We're seeing it against Catholics. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud to serve on the Select Committee on the Weaponization of the Government, because the American people want answers answers. They want transparency. And they understand that as you look across this country, there seems to be two sets of rules. If your last name is Clinton or it's Biden, you get to live by a different set of rules than if you're an everyday patriotic American.
Yeah. Now, Elise Stefanik, one of the more vile human beings in Washington, D.C. You saw it right there. It's great that she's getting booed the way she was. Let me know what you think. She's getting booed. MAGA Republicans getting booed across the country. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.